Hi to everyone watching through time at whatever time of whatever day that you're watching it. I love how these things are live because my mistakes are live as well. And yeah, this is raw, like super, super raw. So I firstly am really excited about this journey and this thing that I'm deciding to do with everything. I feel like it's going to be a really great opportunity for me to get to know myself, get to know you, everyone, get to know this life relative to who I have been working to become and who I'm still working to become every day. And it's also going to be really cool to connect with like minds and build a community on the understanding that life is much bigger than life is big. Life is big, it's huge. And um, amongst other things, I just really want to celebrate that and build a community, like I said, where we all are always remembering that and living that in truth. So, as the title has suggested, I wanted to discuss what I feel of this year. And I wanted to know, in putting my view out there, what everyone else's view is. So, I've obviously also been collecting a lot of information about um, the numerology of this year, the astrology of this year, and um, it all points to there being a lot of movement, a lot of chaos, a lot of things happening that um, there's the umbrella energy is that there's actually no predicting it. There's no telling what is going to happen. Um, Even the way that I go blank when I try to come out with whatever it is that I might be feeling of this year. I think that in itself feeds to how, um, if you got any plans, hold them with a certain level of detachment and a little room for surprise. And surprise in exactly the way I just said that. Um, like, ta-da! I just thought of the Magic Man from Adventure Time. And he's so chaotic and he's actually bad. But, in that, there's obviously going to be so much good. I get the sense it's going to be a very, very balanced scale. Um, so in all of that, before continuing on, I just want to slide in some disclaimers, which is to reiterate that this is all very intuitive, very cash. I plan on relying on cards if it is that I get a channeling that needs more explanation or more understanding on my part, my child. So excuse any chaos that might be happening in the background. And I I really plan on showing up very raw, like I said. So you're gonna see me in all of my glory. I don't really want to hide anything, and I don't really want to doll anything up. I'm really here to share, connect, and understand. Be curious, push the boundaries of that, and grow and see what happens with this. I don't know if I've spoken about this before or often enough, but I have kept up with this world of people, just intuitive people, chatting chats, doing readings, tarot, etc., for a very long time. So it's very I come here super humbly. humbly. Humbling. I'm humbled. I'm extremely humbled right now. And as you can see, I'm raw. I'm raw. So trying to be intentional as possible, really open to connect, incredibly open to connect. I I I interact with my social media profiles very um I don't know how to explain it, but what I can say is that my words are gold. That's where it is. My word is bond. Um, Reach out to me via DM, comment, yap, yap. I will listen. I'm a listener. And yeah, let's vibe. Let's connect. So I guess now would be a good time to rely on the cards because the messages are already scrambled. I explained this via my Twitter profile that I experienced with my sister moments of extremely close coincidence where accidents happened. Both of us made a movement with our bodies. We turned in a certain way that ended up having us bump into another person. And the way that that happened was it pulled us to consider how close that was and how timely that had to be for those accidents to happen, so that's what we feel this year is going to be about. We will know very much. Yes, I have posted exactly these words via Twitter before. We will know very much about God's timing. And fine, you don't believe in God. We will know very much about. Okay, I don't know if I don't know. I guess it's chaos theory, or just the idea that in all of the mess, the way that things can be a mess, and things can be chaotic, but if you look at it for long enough, they will come in order to it. Like when birds fly in the sky and they fly there's a moment where everything looks like a mess, and then you see the wave again. um I didn't explain that right. I feel like I yapped like a child, or like that meme. That meme of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Anyway, the first card that falls is the wheel in reverse, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, but the sun is at the bottom. So let's see. I've never pulled this card in reverse before. I've never pulled this card in reverse before. So this is quite something. I I mean, off the bat, I'm very intimidated. The wheel is an intense card in general. It's an intense card across tarots. Um, I didn't disclose. I'm reading with this book, this deck, and reading interpretations from this book. Yeah, I post it everywhere. It's the only deck I use at the moment. So I resonate with it the most. The art is so beautiful, and it's very intentional, extremely intentional. I think if you are a water sign, if you're a Pisces, I'm a Pisces rising, tropical Pisces rising. So if you are like me, then this is the deck for you. It's the deck for you, girl. Um, so yes, I'm intimidated by this. So it says inability to see that events in life. Let me start over. Inability to see that events in life are a direct result of your own perception and way of relating to the world. Battling against the current, not always a bad thing. Fate, seen as malevolent. The inability to learn from mistakes, irreversible events, apparent hardship, and adversity. Okay. So I think that because of how this is at the top and this is at the bottom of the deck, that this says that there will be a lot of events bigger than us, very scary, out of our control. But obviously this is the reason for it. And from here on, I'm just going to pull because there's clearly a story here. Afterwards, pull comes out the Four of Swords, which the image speaks for itself. We're going to have to do a lot of stillness. We're going to have to be still, very still. There's going to be a lot of chaos. Yeah. 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 Like I said. So, yeah, lots of chaos. More implications of stillness. So, if you're someone who doesn't meditate, get into it. Even if you're someone who exercises, because I have in my past said a lot that if you're not someone who meditates, then you can exercise to substitute for that kind of healing. But I think this year we should all get into meditation, and we should all try to find the 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 stillest, slowest ways to exist, to be able to bring us back home. And this is home internally, because externally it's going to be a little bit crazy. But I do see like that there is hope either way. I mean, there always is. There always is hope. It's just that this year is going to be a lot of lessons. If you're someone who tends to avoid, or if you tend to distract yourself, or you tend to numb out, you shouldn't do that anymore. We shouldn't do that anymore. We shouldn't do that anymore. But it'll be okay. It'll be okay. But it will be a fight. It's going to be something that we should stay humble, extremely humble, and brave and curious, and keep remembering this. Keep remembering this. I feel like I speak on it in every thing I say. In everything I say, this is very obvious. This is very obvious. It's not just implied, and it's not just something that's like, I feel like, especially with what this year could bring, it may be that people will really stop believing in hope. They'll really stop having faith. And the work will be in understanding that the material of faith, the fact that you can even believe that there is better, means that there is. And yeah, that's the foundation of faith, that it's the truth. Like I don't know how else to word it, but if you can stay in touch with the bigger picture the whole time, stay in touch with the bigger picture, the whole thing has to kind of spin around, you know? I'm spinning it out of frame. It has to spin around. It has to. It's a wheel. So we're just at a stage where we need to be. If anything, hold on to the fact that everything is exactly the way it's meant to be. And yeah, like I said, can't stress enough, meditation. If ever you face choices that you feel are difficult to make, try to take a breath. If you're in a meeting, excuse yourself, go to the bathroom or something, and meditate, breathe, and then you can decide from there. And something about, I don't know if the path that you're on, do you see? I hope you understand. The sun is there either way. You are on the path to the light. You are on the path. You know what I mean? It takes work. No one hates the work more than me. I'm so tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of being, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. Okay? I'm so tired of this. I feel like this has been me since the day I was born. How much longer do I have to wait for life to be easy. Like, but anyway, that's part of the rawness that I want to show up with, and that I want to say we're all in this together with. Um, I have to be honest, I feel this frequency of disappointment right now that's like that kind of feels like every year, we keep we keep really hoping and keep saying this year is going to be it. This year is going to be the one. It's going to be the one. No, definitely this year. And this reading is not, it's giving it's giving another year, man. um so I'm tapping into the exhaustion, how hard we've worked, how hard we've worked, how much more hard work. um yeah, I'm trying to find, because this is a collective reading, I think this will also be something that speaks towards the collective that's most in control of the current matrix. That is to say, the collective that, beg your pardon, sorry, the collective that may be maybe fresh on their awakening path, or who may just generally not be the kind of people who are spiritual. Maybe I'm reading for somebody who is getting into all of this for the very first time, and this is like one of the first videos that you see of someone doing a tarot reading. If that's the case, I am on it. But yeah, it's looking like it's looking like it's looking like the collective is going to be in grade 1 via spirituality. And while I'm reading for a collective who is going to be, well, we're actually going to all be at grade 1 on some level. So I'm so there are many layers. Okay, I'm seeing many layers to like how this will play out. But the ultimate one is that we're all going to experience something we have never experienced before. There is room for hope. There is. But you have to be patient. And I guess the split comes in with people who there's a collective who, like me, just feel super ultra exhausted. Like, yes, we're all tired. We're all tired. Um, but there feels to be a specific kind of collective who are, we're just we're tired in a way that maybe that's kept us still for a very long time. And what I'm seeing here is that we will require more stillness. You mean I gotta be more still again? Like, you know what I mean? So if you're feeling like, if that's you, then yeah, then that's it. All we can do is laugh. Like, let's laugh more. Let's laugh more. Let's try to find it within us this year through the chaos to also be more like lighthearted, and try to make more jokes and try to laugh more. Try to, like, every time you feel like crying, try to cackle instead. Have a big fat laugh and then let you cry after. But let the laughter come. Let it come. Let the light shine when it does. Because it will. Because it's always there. Just by the way, reminding you that this is at the bottom of the deck. The light is always there. It's always within. It's always true within you that you're always safe. You're always okay. Mm. It might be a year of like lots of depression, to be quite honest. Um, we might see a lot of people. have mental breaks. A lot of people who you wouldn't expect would have mental breaks might have one. And yeah, we're gonna have to really be there for each other, be a lot more vulnerable. Um, try to really be yourself. And if you're not being yourself, if you don't find yourself in a situation where you can be yourself, go within, figure it out, or find your place. Find your place in the find your place in the room that sits well. And if nothing in the room sits well, then just leave. Um, yeah, we've got a lot of inner work, a lot of going within and facing our own personal boundaries, our restrictions, our beauty, our taboos, the things that we are scared of our own self. There may be feelings that come up within that make you feel uncomfortable about yourself. Accept those parts of you as soon as possible. I'm talking really dark stuff, just by the way. Like, like, okay. I once knew someone who had he just had he found himself curious about what it would feel like to kill someone. I'm talking stuff like that. Like obviously he didn't there was no doing it, but there was the curiosity. Facing that kind of stuff within you, that kind of stuff. And that kind of stuff is in everyone. It's in everyone. And this year, by the way, stay away from people who aren't true to themselves. And I can say that with my chest. Stay away from people who are not true to themselves. Or love them. Whichever. Whichever you choose. Always choose love. Always choose love. Always choose the light. And if ever you feel lost, try to find children to hang out with. Talk to a child. Just have a conversation and let them lead the way. Cook with them. That's always fun. Um, yeah. This leaves even me with a lot to reflect on. I know that there is hope, but I'm also feeling how hard it will be to work for it. And I also don't expect anything less from hope because it's hope and light. And I don't know about you, but light for me is worth everything. It's worth bleeding for. It's worth even being brave for. So I don't feel scared, even in disappointment. And I know that I can transmute it. You know what I mean? I know I can make better of this. So we're gonna have to make this year ours. We're gonna have to take it and be like, you're mine, you know? And we will. And we're made for it. It's already ours, to be honest. It's already ours.